been recording for 5 minutes in right now.
Okay.
Alright, so when we last left, 4 of the 6 traveling bums of Greenest, you had entered the tomb of Diderius in pursuit of the white worm speaker Varram. Intelligence from the Harpers indicated that he had potentially lost the white mask of the Dragon Queen and had headed to the Serpent Hills with several individuals for some unknown reason. Entering the tomb, the group was immediately attacked by a chimera made of magical tiles, and escaping to the west through a set of double doors marked safe that Micaiah sealed shut with her stone shape, you came across a well full of still dark water and a copper bucket which you used to pour the water into a stone basin atop a set of stairs. Unable to determine where the water went, you rested and then braced yourselves for the conclusion of the battle against the 3-headed fire-breathing guardian, which you were able to dispatch. Unfortunately, you didn't get far before a bone boulder trap was sprung. As you ventured down a long hallway, the protruding bones snatched up Erdnot, Arik, and Zan, while Mickey raced ahead. The hallway opened up.
$6 million man.
And while Arik and Erdnot were able to pull free before the boulder shattered against the wall, Zan was not so lucky.
I'm at 32 HP from both those fucking things.
A quick heal later, you entered through a set of doors and were greeted by the ghost of a former banished caretaker named Ilda, who informed you of a divination pool that had been discovered by Diderius long ago. This pool allowed those using it to peer past magical protection that blocks lesser divination magics like scrying. But she warned you that the revelations from the pool could drive a user insane unless the questions asked were about the physical world, and a sacrifice had been made beforehand. Varram's reason for coming to the tomb became clear as it appeared this pool would allow him to locate the white dragon mask, wherever it may be. Disturbingly, she indicated that the pool's sacrifice had grown over time as the snake folk, or Yuan Ti, I've been saying it wrong. Thanks, Thorian Dragon. Yuan Ti.
Wait, how have we been saying it?
I've been saying Yuan Ti, but it's Yuan Ti. Like Yuan Ti.
I want some tea.
I know, I kind of do want some.
You love tea,
I
though.
do. I haven't had it.
Because of honey?
Had grown over time as the snake folk that wandered through the manse had been using it with abandon. You agreed to help Ilda by finding a book or a scroll that could be returned to the study, perhaps freeing her from her burden to watch the library. Continuing on, you encountered a clay golem that demanded gifts. Noting the type of trinkets and items that were left at its feet, you each made a small donation, Micaiah placing her pet rock, which judged her harshly and severely for her poor choice. Quietly stepping up the western staircase, Arik began to hear voices in a language that he recognized, or he realized that he strangely understood. However, by the time he heard them, the group had already been seen by a handful of purple-skinned fiends with undulating beard-like tentacles that regarded them with seemingly little interest. And that is where we pick as you ascend the stairwell. Your head kind of peeking up over the threshold there, you look and can see in the slightly illuminated darkness from the light that Erdnot has on his shield, I believe it is. You see these 4 individuals sitting at the tables, and I'm going to put them where they are. They're just randomly here. So 4 individuals.
So these are 2 different tables right here?
Yeah, 2 different tables. There are long tables sitting here that go along the side. There's also a little bit of light coming from these long shafts, I guess, that lead up, similar to the other room where there's like light coming down.
Oh, yeah.
And they all have darkish skin, dark purple skin. Then there's one that is sitting on top of one of the tables, just kind of like lounging a little bit. They're all eating something, and looking at one another. The one that is sitting atop the table, a little bit skinnier than the others, a little bit more androgynous than the others, which have more masculine bodies. This one is kind of like thinner. They look over at you as you start coming up the stairs, and as you Alright, because the first to see you come up and you're like, oh. But at the same time, you notice that they just kind of look at you and then they just like look back at each other. You understand the one that sits atop the table looks at you all coming up the stairs, and then you can sort of understand like a rough translation of like more mortal food. And then there's these looks that are being given to each other, but no words being spoken. So.
Because I don't think any of us know he understands Infernal. Or not, just gonna be like,
I'm pretty sure we did say something about that when the books. I remember when we were in
see them, right?
the mansion that we got. I mentioned when I saw it, it's like, oh shit, I can read this.
well, Erdnot's still gonna say, just act casual. Go up and
Odie,
just
since when is acting
the
casual
nod.
for us? I'd like you to name a time for me, please.
One day it will work.
Arik's gonna sweep into the room.
Keep sipping on that mead.
Arik's gonna sweep into the room like he's meant to be there. We're not in initiative, so I can just move as freely. He's just gonna move to here
Oh Lord Jesus, what is he doing
like
now?
that.
Kaya's gonna come right behind him because she's looking at him like, ah, Jesus.
And he's gonna look
Yeah,
at you said the one that's appeared to be the leader?
He's gonna stand like this.
Just kind of sitting on top of the table while the others are all sitting around. They're chewing on something that's got like, it's kind of like a chewy outer, and then the inner kind of almost like bursts in their mouth as they pull it away from their mouth.
Disgusting.
It's green color.
Erdnot's stomach grumbles. I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Watching that.
Xander comes into the room. He just kind of wants to take a look throughout the whole room. Does anything stand out? Are there anyone else in the room, or anything that looks like tension has been brought upon it, like a focal point of the room?
Yeah, so as Erdnot comes in and is able to illuminate more of the room, which you do see the fiends like kind of look over and are like annoyed by that light.
He lowers the shields, like points it down at the ground.
You see, they're sitting at these two long tables that are made of plain stone, and at the other end there's another one down there at the northern end. It looks to be a dining hall. This room, there's that's a long marble table at the end of the room there in the north.
Right here.
Right here, like an like you say, just a marble table, like an
Yeah,
altar,
right.
or just like another dining table. A fancy one, maybe.
The door up, you can see that there's like another little set of stairs and then a door that leads up. Sorry, maybe there's no stairs.
Right.
Yeah, that set of double doors there has the word a question mark and danger written in chalk on it, similar to the one that says safe. And you can see also to the south there's a set of stairs that leads down this way, and you can just barely make out the word danger. There's no question mark scrawled on it in chalk.
Right.
And yeah, that's basically what you see besides the light coming down in those 4 spots there that just kind of very faintly illuminates this room.
Arik's gonna look at the leader. Which one would that be?
David Bowie.
Yeah, that's
And he's gonna nod, and he's gonna say, "We've come to serve Diderius." And
an infernal.
yes, I'm sorry.
Erdnot's just gonna go, like whisper to Zan. Will we be letting him talk?
He is the only one that understands them.
So you all noticed for the first time that you had heard or maybe assumed that Abaddon could speak Infernal, but for the,
Abaddon swore at me in Infernal something.
yeah, so you are familiar with
So
the
that's
sound of
what it is.
Infernal at this point, and so suddenly
It sounds like somebody gagging on a chicken bone. I'm gonna guess. He's like, "Ha."
Yeah.
suddenly
Does it sound like
Arik is-
parcel mouth?
I was gonna say like really shitty Klingon.
the tall more androgynous one looks at
David
you, like, I know not who that is, nor do I care.
What did he say?
Quiet. In Infernal, he's gonna say, you know, quiet little one is what he's gonna say, so they understand what he's
And
gonna
I'll
say.
do a little chuckle, look at each other.
What are they saying?
It's going well.
For Diderius, who's created this temple, was it
Yeah, two.
this place, this tomb? We've come to look for one, a dwarf, not this one, another.
Would you be talking about Varram?
Yes.
Yes, we work for that one.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm like, oh god.
Makaya's just gonna like tug a little bit on Eric's shirt.
But you don't understand what
They look.
It's a,
They look at you and like, we were ordered to stay.
may I ask to do what?
To guard the entrance.
This entrance, I would ask. And I'm trying to be. When Eric first swept into the room, like I was thinking, like maybe like a little arrogantly. But now that he sees that we're actually outnumbered and that these are some, you said they were devils.
Yeah, they're fiends of some kind of
Um.
devils.
Also, I have another question after that. But he's trying to. He's like, shit, you know, like that's kind of his tone. Like he's trying to be a little bit more polite, I guess you would say. like fuck, you know what I mean? So he would glance over to the one that Erdnot sat, and he would just say, "This entrance."
The entrance down the stairs.
Did he do that? Tell me he did that. I can't say it.
Swatting away
He did.
dungeon flies.
Disgust.
Understood. Do you know which way the white dwarf Varram went?
I do.
Is it safe to say it's not down those stairs?
For 100 gems, I'll tell you.
You're carrying the bag of gems?
100 gold worth of gems.
Irish gonna look over and start to say in Infernal, and then realize he's speaking Infernal, and switch back to Common. He's gonna say, "The bag. I need 100 gold. 100 gold's worth of gems."
What in the bloody hell for?
Again, Infernal. He's gonna say, "Quiet, little one."
Yeah.
Just yelling. It just sounds like I'm yelling at you.
You see one of them kind of look over at the leader one, who looks at them, and then looks at you and says, 200.
And Arik is gonna look at Erdnot and just stare daggers.
I don't speak devil tongue, boy.
And he's gonna just reach in and grab 200 gems worth.
And one of the other ones that's sitting there, like a bigger, kind of heftier one with darker kind of a beard, looks over at you, or not, is like, but we speak common, little one.
In Infernal, Arik's gonna say, "Excuse the insolence of my small friend. He's old, but not very wise."
Oh my god.
It's like the only time Arik's gonna be able to, in a different language, shit talk to Erdnot.
You see them all actually kind of like exchange a look, and then they all laugh to each other, like adding with each other.
I don't know why. That's a laugh I just pictured them all doing.
But they're kind of like leaning a little bit, like
Does all their like hairs start?
For some reason, I thought you were doing like the old times in the theater for the Muppets.
Oh god. Yeah.
um.
So,
So
I mean, I'm sure. I'm assuming we have enough, right? Or are you just doing the math now?
I'm just because I got. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so.
Yep. No, I got you. I just didn't know if you were seeing if we had enough,
Oh, yeah.
or if you were just subtracting.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Ark will take it, and he'll take like a little piece of cloth or whatever, wrap it, make it like a little pouch, and just pop it down. You said it was which one again? I'm sorry.
There's just one.
All right. Well,
like-
whoever it is, he'll just take it and just place it with like a small little slide, in a nod, like I said, like a polite nod, like almost as if he's paying attention. The last thing he wants is to have to fight these fucking guys.
So that the leader one just kind of like pushes it over to a different one that opens it up and starts checking out, fighting on the things, and that one looks and
See, he's biting it to check it, or he's eating it.
he's just biting it to check it out.
Okay. It's like rolls.
Yeah, like to check.
Well, I don't know. Maybe devils eat gems. I have no idea.
Fetch.
That'd be some shit, wouldn't it? It was like now we're just giving them snacks.
That's what they would
Like
use
some
in game.
snacks, thank you.
I'll charge you for a bag of Doritos.
So he just puts it down, slides it over to
Um,
this handsome gentleman devil.
so the one looks at you and says, "He went to that way," and points to the north, the door that
So-
marked question mark
This,
danger.
this side, right? Because that's you said that's down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it right here, north.
Some time ago, and one of the other ones again makes eye contact with that one and looks at them and looks at.
Oh, jeez. But that real easy to say.
Heard some screaming not that long ago. We haven't seen him in some time. We have killed some undead, so maybe he met an unfortunate end. But we have been tasked with guarding him, listening to his orders. He said to stay here, guard against anyone coming from the stairs. What we did.
You're following orders and done a fine job. Thank you.
We know.
Message received. We thank you. I
Wait,
thank
are
you.
they guarding these stairs or these stairs? Because
Clearly these, or we'd be dead.
ones, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, they could just be assholes, take our money, kill us, and then take the rest of our money.
I mean, they could just kill us and take all.
Because, like, they're not over enthusiastic hired help. Yeah, he went that way, he's yelling, and we're guarding the stairs. But, you know, you pay us.
Arik's
Bada bing,
gonna
bada boom. Hey.
Arik's gonna look over to the head one that he's talking to, and you say, "I've heard many things of devils, or what they would be commonly called,
Yeah.
of devils and such beings of your power. Is it common for your kind to be employed by a mere dwarf?"
So this
Again, respectfully, politely. He does not want to get in a brawl with these fools.
this one kind of smirks a little bit, and you see another one sitting kind of closer to where you are, scoffs and is like, "No." And actually in common says, "We are employed by Zariel, Archduchess of Avernus. The dwarf lost something important and needs this fool find it. This dwarf part of a cult. Zariel wants Tiamat, the queen of dragons, out of her hair. So we have been tasked with helping. The dwarf is not our employer."
An infernal, Arik would say. Most understood. And just nod.
You see another one look over. It's like a lot of looks being exchanged, and then the leader kind of leans forward and looks at you and is like, "For another 100 gold of gems will tell you what's down the stairs."
Did he say that in infernal, or did he say
In
in
infernal.
I don't think Arik would know that we have how much we have. Does it have, he specified gems? Arik is gonna reach inside the pouch one more time, keeping eye contact with him, like kind of like Arik knows that he's kind of getting fucked with a little bit, but he understands the dynamics of this situation.
Eric isn't even trying to fucking haggle.
You do know that we're out in.
You know that they're
Does
devils.
No, hold on.
right?
matter. Devils love to haggle.
Arik's gonna again make eye
But
contact.
does
Like
he know that? Does
Arik,
Eric know that?
Arik knows he's getting played for the information and that there's a lot of gems, but at the same time, Arik in his head also know. I'm gonna say he also knows that we got plenty. Like he's not too worried. So he's gonna grab and he's
We
gonna
have plenty
grab.
of gems.
He's gonna grab another 100, roughly, whatever it is, and just
I only a couple
He-
times.
yeah.
it's
Okay,
only-
so this time.
It's only another 2.
Oh, okay. So that's this time he's not gonna put him in a pouch all nicely. He's just gonna put him on the table, not slam him.
Yeah.
But just put him on the table and just slide those to him.
And
Again,
it's just
Again,
back
making
here
eye
going,
contact.
Lying on gas.
Well, no, because he wants to know that he wants the infernal, the devil, to know. Hey, I know I'm getting played. I ain't no punk, but I know the dynamics of the situation, so fine.
They'll
Is that the message?
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot to say with an eye look. That's what he's doing.
down, and the one just kind of like looks at another. Clearly, like obviously this one is higher up. And they look at each other for a moment, with the one like kind of scoffing and like smirking a little bit, and they're communicating. Make an insight check.
Make a bank account check.
Take your balance.
Hopefully it'll be worse.
No, that's a 7. Sorry.
And you see the leader kind of just like nods to the one that they've been looking at, and then that one looks and says, "Where did you come from? What's down those stairs?" "We didn't come from that way." And there's like a little smile. "Was that you? We heard the rumbling."
He's got. Ar's gonna tilt his head over to Zan and say, "It was this one."
"You fell for the trap," and then they all like.
Are they speaking in common now?
They're still speaking in infernal. Like, "How many sets of eyes do you have in your party? You couldn't see the tile on the floor." And they're just laughing at you, at each other.
Apparently not.
Apparently.
Now, so wait, when he was talking, he was talking about what's down here, right? When he eating those gems.
So what? No, he's saying down here.
Oh, down there. Okay.
Oh, what's down? You said
Downstairs.
That's the way.
For some reason, yeah,
That's the way he's saying you can go.
Right.
That's the way Varram went.
Instead, he's gonna tell us what's down the stairs.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Fucking fire jet.
Yeah, what is it?
The airport's right there.
Fox 2.
Yeah, but it's
So the leader pushes the 2 gems over to the other, and then says, "Treasure down that way. Danger, though. You choose to check it out."
Ar's gonna look him in the eye and say, "We're not here for treasure."
That's
Even
what
though I've
they
been-
say.
No, I've been bleeding treasure, apparently. And then were you gonna say something? And he's gonna say, the dwarf went that way. And he's gonna again just tilt his head towards those doors.
Yeah.
ah,
Then he's gonna say, "Then we have no further business. I thank you." He's gonna tilt his head respectfully. He's gonna turn into a walk with purpose towards the other end.
So they all just kind of look back, watch you guys go as you're walking down towards the marbles.
We're about to get fucked up so hard.
Yeah, and you just see them. The rest of you just kind of see them look at you. They've all got like these smirks. You can see next to them, each of them has a glaive that's either leaning up against the table or on the floor or like laying on the table. So just this long I don't know if you all know what a glaive is.
Yeah.
Long staff, essentially, with a sword on it. Like, that's a reach weapon that you can. And their tails are all just kind of like.
Are they human sized or are they like
Yes.
bigger?
They're like large-ish, but they're not large mechanical.
Like, are they like 7 feet tall or?
Uh,
I'm just, for some reason in my mind, I'm just picturing them like very large.
They stood up, but you would guess that like they're probably 6.5 to 7 feet tall. Like they're big. It's hard to tell how big the more like lithe one is because they're up on the table and they are like thinner than the other ones. A little bit more ornate, kind of basic clothing that they're wearing. But yeah, they're big-ish. They're intimidating, for sure.
So as Arik walks away with purpose, he's going to look over his shoulder and, with a tone of arrogance and meaning business to his friends, he's going to say as he walks, "Do nothing foolish." He's going to walk towards this, hopefully leading everybody towards this side of the room.
Like, tell them every day.
You see you hear one of them in common yells out, "Treasure down that way. He's holding back from you."
He's meaning back this way.
Mhm.
Why do I feel we're walking into a trap?
Smiling. It's making
I'm excited to play.
So as we come
They're
together,
devils. We should not be going this way.
well, they wanted us to go. Well, so did you say that as?
No, I'm just saying that myself in the breaking the fourth wall.
To do this, and I'm gonna. It's almost gonna be like, fucking huddle in. Or not, just walking all slow.
The two that were sitting at the other table, like where you closer to the stairwell, they get up and then they walk over to the main table where the leader is like sitting, and they all just kind of like are watching you, but like keep looking at each other, and there's like little nods and stuff as they're just kind of watching. They're still eating whatever weird thing that is, and they're just casually.
So Eric's gonna look over at Erdnot and say, "The devils wanted us to go down those stairs. Make no mistake. We do not want to do that."
Boy, they want us to go this way.
That side had danger. This side has danger with a question mark.
Aye, and if you were hired as someone's bodyguard, would you tell people where they are, where they're going, and lead them in the right direction?
They could have killed us where we stood.
Or they can let us walk into whatever trap is set.
I speak their tongue, and I know what I heard. They say Varram went this way.
So would I, if I had set a trap or there's a beastie in there.
You heard about, was it Avern?
So Zariel, the Archduchess of Avernus.
I don't think
That's
we
what
did.
I was like, yeah, that was
the
in
new name.
That was in common.
Archduchess of. Where was it?
Yeah, we didn't hear that's the real.
I thought you said that was
That's the real boss. We didn't hear that that's the real boss.
Verse. That's one of the circles of hell, right?
Yeah.
I was pretty sure you said that in common, which is why I wrote it down. Unless you didn't, and I'll just translate it. I'll just tell everybody about that.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. If I haven't said it, then I'll translate it.
I'm just writing it down for meta reasons.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, if Varram was not their master, they're not gonna worry about betraying him.
And we're not here for treasure. We could.
Arik, make an intelligence check.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Just roll one now.
I know, right? Just straight intelligence check. Intelligence check. I had -1. 17.
Okay.
It was an 18 minus 1. So
Take a
Not
quick
bad.
look.
Arik is just gonna say I didn't like the smile on their faces and what they had to say.
So you remember from the books that Abaddon left
That was my question. Remember, we were coming up the stairs and I said I had a question for you. I was going to say, was there anything in those books that would have given me an insight
So
to this?
you remember that Zariel is an angel who loved battle too much and fell from grace. And now she is a large fiend with magical weapons, innate spellcasting, a lot of talents and gifts. She rules the first layer of the 9 hells, where Tiamat is being held as an archdevil. And she loves collecting souls of warriors. Typically, you can make a deal with her in combat if you have a great strength. But she's super clever and she likes to hide clauses in her contracts. So you know that she is the one who is currently tasked with holding Tiamat in her prison.
I just translate that info to everybody. That was like an info drop that I'm like, how am I going to RP that?
Remember
Everything she just
going through the books that
Yeah, he's going to reach into his pack. He's going to be behind him and just tap his book while explaining all that.
I didn't even know that you could read.
I can. Not very fast. But I can do it.
Oh, sugar leaf. You'll get cuter every day.
I'm going to blush a little bit.
Will you read me some things from that book sometime?
Maybe someday I'll even write you.
Let's focus, children. The devils are watching.
and they are. They're just kind of like casually looking at each other every once in a while.
We all know the enemy of the devil is love.
Then you go hug them.
Alright.
No, no, I should grab her like, no, do not.
All I'm saying is they are not to be trusted and misdirection. If they are guards, what better way than to guard than not to fight? Send people the wrong way, they get killed.
They're followers of... Sorry, what was her name again?
Zariel.
Zariel. They love to fight. I'm surprised that we're even still alive. They must have been given strict orders. I still think that we should go through this set of... It's double doors, I'm assuming, right? Looking at it.
I think this is a trap.
This whole place is a trap, or not.
But I think this is a trap by them. I think the one we seek went the other direction.
To the treasure room?
If there's a treasure in there, I don't know.
Then why would they call after us and say, hey, and tell us in common that there's treasure in there and that he's holding out on us?
To sell their ruse.
Or not.
But we were already
they-
going the way they wanted us to. Why would they encourage us to go back? That makes no sense.
So it makes perfect sense.
They love nothing more than battle and
And
apparently
that would mean they want
gems.
us to go that way. I don't understand what you're saying.
Arik,
All I'm saying
Arik
is
is gonna do something very stupid,
trust.
and he's gonna come up to this door, and
he's going with me.
he's gonna check the door for traps.
Can I
Even
look
though-
back at the devils and read their faces?
Make an insight check with disadvantage.
Guys,
I believe I'm gonna check for traps with my stats.
Fuck, one was a nat 20.
well, I can help you.
Wait, so 6.
They are all kind of like just the only expression you can get is like this.
I'm also gonna cast Detect Good and Evil. Obviously they're gonna ping on my radar, but if there's anything else devilish or infernal in the other side of the door, I should be able to
What's
know.
the reason?
It'll hinge on me, like
It is.
I need to.
It's 60.
I don't like it. This is your moment. I don't like it.
it.
Embrace it. I don't like it.
As Makai is helping him like
60
look around
feet.
the door, are there any like little holes or like spaces, tiny spaces in the doors or anything, or is it pretty closed up, pretty shut?
And whatever the
Tight.
hollow spell is, like, check that.
Yeah, so you focus and the only thing, are you looking in their direction or are you looking
No, I'm
you're
facing. I know they're gonna ping my devil radar, so I'm just like facing the door and just reaching out because they said there was undead. So I'm just trying to sense if there's more of fiends, more of them hiding down there, or if there's anything undead hiding down there.
you focus and kind of reach out with your magics, the only thing that pings on your radar is the entities in the same room as you. They're on the edge of your, like, this room is pretty long, so like they're just at the edge of your field there.
So just one more time before me and Micaiah roll for checking for traps on that door. Just so I'm perfectly clear. They said that down there was the treasure room and Varram the White went this way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In this room, on the door in chalk, you can see, and this hallway is actually a little bit longer, I just didn't have room. It says danger. And this one says
Danger.
danger.
With a question mark, you said?
Question mark.
This one's danger. This one's danger.
So
More misdirection. If they came from this way,
Devil's
why would it be
Father
marked
doing-
danger?
what was that? Yes. They didn't say they came from that way.
They said they came from that way. They didn't come from this way.
Well, I'm already rolling for traps. Let's fucking hope for the best.
If they
Were
came
you
from
gonna
that
help
way,
me?
then that would mean you
Yeah,
had to go
helping.
this way.
All right, so she's gonna help me. So are we both rolling, or
He's trained in.
I'm guiding. I'm literally giving him guidance.
Okay, you're giving
oh? So what is that?
So 1d4.
1d4. So you just
Actual help.
roll.
What would you have to be-
investigation.
Oh fuck, that's a 5.
Oh, too bad.
Roll the d4.
I mean,
2.
Roll them. Stop throwing them.
I can't do that. I can't.
You gotta get that. You gotta give it that twerk.
And you said that was
Work
investigation.
that dice.
Yeah. Shake it.
So you literally have no idea what you're doing because you're not.
I've seen Zan do it a bunch
Yeah.
of times. So
it's like I'm gonna.
she's just like, yeah.
Because he just talked.
Look,
They just touch his shit.
it's silly.
Feeling along the edge, kind of wiggle the. There is a door handle. Like it's all been like these.
Smiling at Micaiah. That's funny. So yeah. Well, hey, if you wiggle the door, yeah. So all right. So he's gonna open it very slowly. He's gonna actually push Micaiah back a little bit, just so she doesn't get caught up in anything that happens, unless you resist it. Just gonna like, please don't get hurt. You know what I mean? And then he's gonna slowly crack that door open. My heart hurts so hard.
What happened?
So you.
What were we talking about? Anxiety earlier?
Mm-hmm.
And so you slowly crack this door open. I'm just looking at it. And it opens. It's hard to see, but so Erdnot's light is behind you, and so just slowly cracking it open, peeking your head in. There's not that much light coming from inside. Very, very dim.
If I pull my goggle things down, can I see better?
So you can see out like the 60 feet or so. It is a long, like gallery. At the very edge of your vision, and actually, I'm gonna flip over my map to through it.
Oh shit! Okay, all right. We got.
I wasn't.
I didn't think we were gonna have a whole nother map. I thought we were doing the
I didn't have to.
doing. Oh, losing dice.
Just to give you a sense of like how long it is. The long, 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 long room. Ah,
We're losing gems. We're losing.
okay. The
Erdnot's never gonna let our live this down. If I'm wrong.
so you actually are coming through here, and this is the north.
So he's gonna be peeking here. Are you using that to hold the thing? No.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I use something. Oh, okay. I was gonna say like I could use my phone if needed or something.
So yeah, it's gallery, but
Shit. Did I just whack that out of alignment? My shoulder just smacked.
you're good.
So you said there was a body.
Yeah, there's a long gallery, and just at the edge of your dark vision, you can start to see the edges of what appears to be like a pool, like a big circular pool. Which, given all the information that you have, you're like, okay, this must be.
This looks like what Eric would think of as a You said
You can.
it was a divination pool, right?
Oh, like a reflecting pool.
Reflecting pool,
The-
infinity pool.
Yes. It looks like that. You just see the edge, especially from how far away you are. You can just see that there's like an edge there.
I think
You
they're
can
called
see something kind of like a sluice kind of hanging down, leading into the pool.
Okay.
Before that, you can see these broken arrows all over the ground and a blood-stained and bloodstains, and then a body just lying. So you can see like arrow.
Jesus.
And
So
you also see right there on the southern edge.
Right.
You can see very similar to what you saw before when you were in the other room with the tile chimera.
the doors.
The door is bowing out just slightly, but there's no image on this double set of doors. Like the other one had a wizard type, with a pool and all these acolytes around it. And so that's essentially what you see. And as you're doing that, you guys hear out in common from behind you one of the devil go, "You're missing out."
Yeah.
And a little chuckle.
Ark's just gonna ignore it, and he's gonna look back, and he's gonna say, because they can't. He just cracked it, so nobody else can see that, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna relay that he sees a body. Say, there's a dead body. Looks like these arrows must have been shot. Be wary of traps. We'll go slowly. I think this is. How sure am I that this is the divination pool? It's obvious.
You can see the edge of like a very, I think it's like 20 feet across. Like you can't see the water because you're way too far, but like an edge of.
Do we have to do this?
It's not tall.
I would, but I totally forgot about that. So as Arik, I would feel wrong doing that now.
Oh.
That the thing that we were doing, because he's too preoccupied. I love that fact that you remember that. But Arik, in him taking the lead, if I'm playing the character honestly, he would not have remembered his eye.
Find out. He's stepping first.
Yeah, so he's gonna he's relayed that, and he's gonna say, "I think this is what we've been looking for, the divination pool." And he's gonna.
Looking for the item speaker.
He's going to open the door slowly and as quietly as he can. I don't know how loud it is. He's going.
Doors, like,
Well,
pushing it open.
I was gonna say just one of them, like just enough to get through.
Open the door.
And he's going.
When light comes in, you can see, but it does mess with your dark vision when there's light behind. You just kind of see the edge of Erdnot's.
And I'm gonna come forward and pick up one of these arrows, very slowly and carefully. And I'm gonna kind of look at the arrow. Like, does it look like it's what I'm specifically looking for? Does it look like it's a short bolt from a trap, or does it look like it's like a arrow from like a bow?
Is it poisonous?
I know, right? Yeah. In danger.
It's a long arrow. The one that you pick up is in two pieces. You actually notice that they're carved of stone, and the heads are in the shape of fangs, with a symbol of a cobra with a crown above it. Are you proficient in religion?
I don't think any of us are.
But Arik would actually
Only have
take
plus
a couple mementos, I guess, and probably snap off. If there's no, is there any whole ones?
Yeah, there's one whole one. The other.
He would probably take that and slip it into, and take a couple of the arrowheads once he has time after all that. And he would come forward closer to the body, very carefully, very slowly, trying to be stealthy, I suppose. And he would, I was gonna say, and he would like kind of like give like the come on in. He would just say, go slowly, go carefully.
Erdnot's gonna cast Blade Ward on himself.
Did you want me to move you up?
And can I look around? Do I see anything where it looks like we should be prostrating ourselves in this room? What I said.
So you looking around, all you can see, you can only see at the edge of your light. So if you come forward, what you can see is the doors to the north. You
Oh, I didn't even see that because of the shine.
yeah, there's double doors there. To
Oh,
the
right here.
Yep.
So I totally didn't even see whatever the heck these are from the shine of the map off the lights. Like, oh shit, there's like half a whole map over there. Sorry.
You can see just a vision or like another engraving of just like a very impressive looking kind of wizard on that door. You don't see anything that indicates that you should be prostrating yourself. That was kind of a one-time thing.
Something we took to every room we walk in. We're like,
that room gave you the information that you may want to do that, but there's nothing else similar since then.
I'm sorry, Cuba, but it was just a one-time thing. It'll not. It just wouldn't. It just wouldn't work out.
So we slowly start examining traps, not treasure or anything, just traps.
As he does that, I'm still looking at the body and the arrows, and he's gonna kind of try to wave Zan over to also inspect the body, because Arik knows that he's not, I just, not the metagame, but I know that I'm not gonna have a fucking chance.
You can, so Zan, you can make an investigation check.
My nice are free.
14.
Are you moving inside the room, bro?
Yeah.
Don't
So
prostate.
then, as you looking around, you putting all the pieces together, you kind of like kneel down next to the body. You can see the arrows like strewn across, and then you look up and you can see that door, which is closed, the double doors. But you realize from being a ranger and also the evidence left behind that these arrows definitely came from this doorway. Like the arrows were shot from that direction. You also notice as you look at the body, you kind of turn the body, you can see that this person did not die from the arrows. There's no puncture wounds in this body. There's actually a slice across the throat, and they bled out on the floor.
Since Arik is literally right there, would he notice that too? Or do you want me to roll for it?
No, yeah, like
it would be obvious.
He's kind of like pulling,
okay.
Looking at everything, so you kind of turn the body, and you can see that like the neck is just the blood is pooled out from the neck wound, and this person's eyes and when you turn them over, you recognize the clothing that they're wearing as being just like your run-of-the-mill initiate cultist from the Cult of the Dragon.
Arik's gonna look over and say, I remember, didn't the ghost say something? Didn't the ghost say something about needing sacrifice wood?
Mm-hmm.
Can you check the note?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what
it
it was. Yeah, I can't remember either. Ilda, you said was the ghost's name?
Yep.
They didn't
Moaning
say something.
Moaning Myrtle's twin.
I believe it's sacrifice.
Okay, so I'm not going crazy. So yeah, Eric's gonna look over and he's gonna mention the ghost. The ghost had mentioned sacrifice with the slit throat.
Oh, so do you think that Varram's already been here and made the sacrifice?
That's what it seems like.
Eric's gonna pick up a couple more of those arrowheads, however many there are, 5, 6, or however many. And he's gonna start to move around the room.
There's
child.
still
Yeah, he's gonna wait.
after the arrows.
No, the arrowhead is
The hair. Oh,
Yeah, it sounded cool, so that's why the way you described him was neat, like being like you said a cobra.
They are in the shape of fangs. Right.
I think so.
Superphagia.
Something like that.
Put that in.
I was gonna say, could I?
But the arrow is broken.
That's the one.
Yeah. I got. There's only, and I took it already. I put it in my quiver.
I'll take the one that you. I'll reach out while you're holding up the broken one, and I touch it and use mending, and it's fixed.
So now he's gonna move.
Good job, Hermione.
That was such a good reference.
Oculus Reparo.
Exactly.
What I call that.
Too much Harry
I'll
Potter.
just do it after. I'll just message you after because I don't want to.
They're just arrowheads, stone arrows.
Is there anything else on this?
Is there anything else?
Wants to.
Did we tell, like, if somebody was in here, which direction they maybe went? We see any indication of, like,
Let's check in the pools in. We'll still look, see if there's
like if the thought is that he
any sort of
killed that person?
any
Yeah,
sign of which direction.
exactly.
Aric's gonna loot the body to see if there's any coppers on it.
Well, if it makes sense, I can help Zan do that since we were both going to do the same thing, and I can just give him guidance.
Yeah, so looking around, the
Zan and I are skipping now together.
Two forest elves.
In the room.
so looking around, you don't see any traps. There's nothing. This room is kind of, it's ornate in its appearance, but there isn't much else. Like besides the bulging doors, to the south, the as you step closer, you can see this pool out in front of you. It is empty, and you do see that coming out from the wall to the south, and then again putting together the room that you were in, that basin leads down into this pool.
Did we give him the goddamn water to use?
Zan did fill it.
Idiots.
Yeah.
So
We thought it was a toilet at the time.
So it wasn't
It's
a
okay.
sacrifice. They're down like, what the fuck do we do? And then suddenly water covers down on the thing. They're like, all right,
Thanks,
cut that
guys.
fucker's neck.
I was gonna say, imagine if Aric did think it was a toilet and just dropped Deuce inside it. Like,
Oh, come on.
like the divination put sploosh. Like, oh Jesus.
It's okay. It's just a candy bar.
interestingly, you notice that the pool is empty. It's not. There's no water in there.
No, okay.
Must go away every time you use it.
You don't see any indication of. Actually, I'll say make another investigation check.
Oh.
Zan. Okay, specifically
Am I helping him?
guidance.
Kinda.
Guidance still.
Oh, I have guidance.
Gonna jump the bathroom.
4.
Uh,
Yeah.
I know I've got a.
Yeah,
I was
you-
gonna say I've got a pee too.
So with an 18, what you also notice, and just barely, I actually set the DC for 8 as 18 on the.
Shoot.
Shit.
Ooh.
He's
I guess. No.
Is that a what is that
It's
a?
a cantrip.
That's awesome. Holy
I
shit.
forget to use it sometimes, but I can use it like all the time.
There's gate 3 levels.
Yeah.
Just use it for everything.
Everything.
I think
Pretty
you
much.
use it on yourself too.
Yeah, I forget. I honestly forget to use it, and I should just use it all the time.
Is it 8? The nat?
It's a cantrip, so you can just
Minute?
keep
Yeah.
casting it. I think. Yeah, a minute.
Okay.
But it's a cantrip, so
Yeah.
just keep casting it over and over.
So what you do notice is that you see some droplets of blood that lead through the north door. They're very faint. It's like there were it's separate. It's hard to distinguish it from that pool of blood that has, this entire body has drained out on the floor. But you see droplets like that are clearly not from this body because that body's not been moved, heading in that direction.
And just gonna lean over to Micaiah. The blood leads to the north.
Oh, Zan, you got a good eye.
It was your help, your guidance.
Always here to help.
Aric's gonna look over and just say, "Does anybody find anything?"
They're going to the north. It looks. There's a trail,
A trail of.
blood.
You are searching the body. You kind of like flip through the long black robes that they have. It looks to be a male, eyes open, staring up. There's nothing. Got nothing. Like close.
It's an XP.
So, all right. It's
What XP?
it was a joke that we made about us being all NPCs in the world of life. So like if I die, it's like, man, this is 1 XP for somebody. All right. So Arak is just gonna. He feels bad for this poor prick, so he's just gonna do the closing of the eyes, and nobody deserves to die that way. So, and then when Erdnot comes back from the privy, Arak's gonna use the privy as well.
And then when Art comes back from the privy, Micaiah's gonna use the
We can
privy.
go at the same time because technically I'm not using the same one. I'm gonna use the outdoor.
Oh, you're gonna
privy.
use the outdoor. All right.
So let's go. Yeah.
So you guys are standing at the empty pool, and have Zan has determined that the arrows that had littered the ground around this dead body, which was clearly sacrificed as opposed to killed with flying objects, came from the northern door, double doors. And what are you doing?
How deep is this now empty well?
So this pool is very thin. It's probably only 2 inches, like, deep.
And is this like the draining mechanism? Can I see the water
that comes down?
So the water we poured came down that?
Potentially, but that's what you assume. There's no water in the pool at the moment.
But can I see? Do I notice if there's a place where the water drains? Like
out of the pool?
Yeah.
Nope, there's no. It's just a flat area with the drainage that comes from the wall.
And is it like bone dry or damp?
Bone dry.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling it.
Arak's gonna be looking around at what these. Did you already describe what these square?
Those are just pillars. Like looking around, it's very ornate all around you, and these are large pillars that go all the way up to this.
Okay. And there's nothing else of note except for the boat outdoors.
That's a door too.
That's kind of bulging out. There's nothing on it, but it's very similar to the one that you saw.
It appeared the arrows were fired.
No, she said the north door.
Oh, from the north.
Yes, which we're
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot.
The last one, I think. The other one had like a wizard with.
On the other side.
Yeah, where we fought the Was that where we fought the tile monster thing? And we thought that something was busting out of that room, which is why we avoided it. Mm-hmm. So that's why Arak is going to think the same thing, and he's going to head over to join them over here. This door.
So yeah, Erdnot standing there and looking down at this empty, circular inlet, basically. You can see that there's like a beautiful tiled pattern in the ground. Nothing that has any kind of meaning. It's just circular, like repeating pattern in the ground, but it is bone dry. Looking at the like slide where the water would come down, that is also completely dry.
I'm gonna pour like a little bit of water and just see what happens.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's gonna blow up.
Oh my god.
Just like a little.
Erdnot, be careful. This is powerful.
You
I
take
mean,
some
maybe it has to
water
be special water.
down into the pool, and you immediately see it goes like spreads out, almost like when a drop of water hits where there's oil, and it like spreads out almost unnaturally. Like you didn't pour enough in for it to fill the whole pool, and yet it spreads across the entire pool, and it immediately turns black and flares with this black light. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Do we notice this happening?
Make a perception.
6.
Can we all make them?
I was gonna say.
Perception checks. See if we notice what Erdnot is doing.
Jesus Christ.
Quietly.
Just applying the scientific method here.
Yeah,
So heavy. That...
push the button and then find out what it does.
15? Oh wait, and I can help myself, right?
It's only one. So
Am I allowed to do? Wait, am I allowed to help myself? With guidance?
So 4. You have 6.
50.
I got a 6. I didn't get shit.
Zan, you look over just as you see the water hitting the pool. Micaiah, same thing. You kind of look up. You see Zan look over. Arik is looking at the door like, the wizard there.
Hey, yep. That was a very nice wizard. Well, he didn't think Erdnot was going to be stupid enough to do anything with the pool.
Pull my hand through the freaking.
You were naked that time, though. He's got to go on that way. At least.
I am
At least
ready.
Nikki got laid.
There you go.
So.
Yeah,
Then
she
she
was
got
in that.
teleported through.
Post-coitus glow. So things weren't thinking right.
I was very excited. I was like, "Oh, what is this? Whee!
So
Let's go
Erd,
for a ride."
you find yourself gazing into this pool of black. And then you
Should have just thrown the water from a distance.
Alright, just eating it from all the way back.
No, because then it follows up the stream.
sort of start to enter into your brain, and
Micaiah is immediately going to cast Dispel Magic because she knows something bad's gonna happen at the pool.
Oh, Jesus.
Make a dexterity check.
Mommy.
Oh, shit. Took out Erdnot.
This is not a good one. 5.
What was that?
5. Do I have like a reroll?
Don't you have guidance on yourself?
It would only give me 4 anyway. It wouldn't really do all that much to me.
So you cast the spell. Nothing. You're not really sure if anything has happened or not. You hear these whispers in your brain, and then you begin to you hear and feel and begin to see things in the pool that there's really no way for you to verbalize or understand, and you find yourself unable to speak. You start trying to like talk and nothing is coming out. You look over and you can see, like, you slowly kind of look in the direction of Micaiah, and she's saying, and then Zan is like, Erdnot, but you can't understand anything. They're saying words with like, and you go to respond like everything's fine, and you slow and strange, and you
Is it just for him? Like his perception of things? Okay. I didn't know if it was like everything, like it slowed time down in this room or something.
It's necessarily slow. It's like everything doesn't make sense anymore. You just hear
Really high.
He is tripping.
and you just don't know what's going on. So you guys all kind of look over and you see Erdnot just kind of standing, looking around. Like he's looking at you with this weird.
What I have noticed by their actions, since I'm the closest one, were you done with your description? I'm sorry. I'm gonna run up behind him, unless anybody else was gonna do something first. I don't want to jumpstart. I'm gonna run up behind him, and I'm going to do my best to just grab him and just pull him back with me away from that.
So you pull him away.
So we're like, cha.
And
There is no word.
I know, right? You turn around and try to smite me. Jesus.
so they're not able to even move at this point. You're just weak and kind of like you're basically stumped, and also been driven temporarily.
Oh,
You've seen something that you cannot formulate.
I should have prostrated myself.
I think you did. I think you did with what you did, man. You really fucked yourself in the ass on that one. Yeah. So Arixon's gonna be like, "Hey, you alright there, buddy? You okay?" Like in his face, not to snap in your face, but to demonstrate.
Or not, you cannot understand anything. Arik is like snapping in your face, but you can't.
Oh man, just slapping him around.
Y'all, there's something wrong with him. He does not look right.
I think he looked into the pool.
Very questions.
Did he not learn from when I touched the tapestry and when you touched the goddamn orb? When are people gonna stop doing dumb stuff? Let's go.
I feel like at the end of Shaun of the Dead.
She's gonna be like,
I think Mortal Kombat was just finished, and the guys like this with the guns over his head.
oh my god, yeah, I like Mortal Kombat.
Ark's gonna guide him over towards the wall.
Can I even? I can't even walk.
Well, I can.
Right.
You can. They're kind of pulling you
Yeah.
as you go, and
Like I'll just guide him over to here to everybody else.
Can you imagine this is like how or not ends as a vegetable?
Oh god, no, don't.
He'll just. Do
see.
you want me to move you too?
If he does, what vegetable? would
Wherever
you
you're
prefer
the
to
one
be?
guy.
Oh,
carrot.
I like broccoli.
Okay, broccoli it is.
he's gonna guide him over here, against the wall, so
No, but now I mean I do love broccoli. Now I'm gonna only see broccoli on her head.
Red broccoli.
Red rotted broccoli.
If you did greens,
Zan's
I'm a
gonna
little
look.
like
What's Arik? Keep an eye on him. Zan's gonna go check the door to the room.
so cool.
Okay, make an investigation check. In the meantime, Erdnot, you as you're sitting there, you start to feel everything comes back.
14.
Oh, he's coming back.
It starts to come back. You start to hear.
the whole time I'm gonna be like slapping him, not like super hard, but enough to be like, hey, hey, wake up. I know, but I don't
He's
know
gonna
that.
kill you after.
Nope, he's not.
So mad.
My best. This is for you, buddy.
I can imagine Erdnot hates being pulled around and like dragged places like of his not on his own accord.
In his head, he's just screaming.
Oh my god, he's just so mad at his
You get to understand words again, and
And
he
get rap.
tries to speak, and it starts to make sense again. It's temporarily.
Erdie,
You were
you alright?
Stop!
Do you want some water?
Don't put it in the pool.
Don't put it. Yeah, don't put it in the pool.
What happened?
You put the water in the
I
pool.
remember what?
You-
Or do I see? I can't describe what I saw.
You can't describe. You can't fathom it. You don't.
It's like seeing God.
You have no idea. How
Like
to
you can't.
It's like hearing God
I
in
see
Dogma.
God regularly.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I guess in our world, seeing God, like you can't describe it. So.
So, Zan, while that's all happening, you are doing your thing again. Not really trained in it, but looking around for traps. You feel pretty confident of this.
You just hear stop.
I think you can stop hitting
Oh,
him now.
Arik's
Back.
gonna like extend his arm to help him back up, and help his old, apparently unwise friend up to his feet.
Why did you do that?
Experiment to see where the water goes.
You could have killed all of us.
Who knew I would look into oblivion?
They told us don't play around with the pool.
I wasn't playing. I was testing.
That's playing.
Were you able to see anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Swedish.
Oh, Swedish.
Oh yeah. So Swedish. Yeah. I saw some meat.
That's not so much.
And what might that be, or not? What did you see?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Just like you didn't have a slightest idea what you were doing putting water in that pool.
We now know not to put water in it.
He's got a fair point.
Don't back him up.
I'm not. He's got a parrot.
I've checked the door. The door appears to be safe to go through, but I know we weren't prepared for not to try and look, but we want to actually try and use the pool.
I'd vote no.
Use it for what? How?
Find out where Varram went, obviously.
Right now we are tracking Varram, but we've heard he lost the mask. If we can get to him here, knowing where he's headed, will give us an advantage.
And what sacrifice do you propose?
I was gonna say, Ark's gonna look around and say the same thing. So which one of us would you like to sacrifice? At the same time, you said that.
Some magics are best kept, not used.
But you didn't sacrifice anything when you looked into the pool.
And perhaps that's why I, saw the unthinkable.
Perhaps the sacrifice makes the vision easier to understand.
We don't have anything to sacrifice.
One of us wants to try.
I think it's a bad idea. I think we should move on.
I can summon Gildan, and then we can sacrifice him.
I think all of our ideas are bad ideas.
I mean, I could call a creature. Or we could sacrifice.
Say in the
it.
notes, does it have to be like
Does it have to be human?
full sacrifice?
Remember, I think it was Ilda saying it was people that were being sacrificed, but it didn't say that had.
We don't got any people.
I mean, it's worth a try.
We can take a hostage.
We can always come back this way. We very well might have to come back this way anyways. There's no telling if there's another way out.
Said you can summon Gildan. Perhaps that might be enough. I don't feel right sacrificing. Even if they are on the other side. I feel right sacrificing for the life.
Or I can conjure a fey animal. I mean, let's just go back to the fey.
And Gildan will just go back to the another plane.
Alright, call him. Bacon time.
It is a second level spell slot, and I only have 2 left, so
Mine's a third.
okay.
And I only have 1.
I'd like to go on the record.
Just gonna say so.
As a reminder, you left Gildan guarding your horses.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Alright, so
I mean, I can dispel it. Well, we're more than a mile away at this point.
Probably not.
No.
He's guarding the horses. I forgot about that.
Thank you, Sky Voice, for reminding us.
Heard not, I would assume. Thinking about Gildan and the purpose in leaving him behind.
would remember
It's
that.
guarding your horses at the moment.
That we need to get out of this desert. Or that you need to get out of this desert.
Alright, so Micaiah's not gonna waste any more time. And she is gonna conjure one of her direwolves.
So how does it appear? I was gonna describe it, but
This majestic, white, pure white with red eyes, direwolf appears.
You're white, so it can just be extra messy.
When it
Appears.
I can help you.
And Micaiah is just gonna sort of kneel down with it. No one can really hear what she's saying. She's sort of talking to the direwolf, and she's gonna pull out her dagger from inside her belt, and as she holds the wolf, gonna slit the wolf's throat and tell her not to go put some water.
Wait, like right here? Shouldn't we just dump it out over the
Zan
into the
will
pool?
start walking
Into the pool?
towards the pool.
Right? Do we want to fill the pool with water or fill the pool with sacrificial blood?
I don't know, but I like the idea that we're all just hanging around in this circle and she just slits this thing's throat and it's like, and the blood just ends up all in our shoes.
I mean,
Like, really? Really?
the puddle was right here.
Was there a puddle of blood around that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I didn't assume that he was carried.
okay. I wasn't sure
The
like,
sacrifice was made right there.
if there was, yeah.
So she's gonna repeat.
I was like, alright, don't waste any
She
heat.
believes to be
While they're in awe of Micaiah's sacrifice, Zan will take out his water pouch.
Argo is gonna follow him and do the same thing if something goes wrong. He's gonna do the same thing and pull him backwards if something goes awry. He's gonna say that to Zan's ear, like as right as he's doing it. Like, I'd like to go. I'd like to. I'd like to go on the record and say I think this is a very bad idea.
Duly noted.
I like it though, it's risky.
Alright, so Micaiah slits the throat of the wolf that does make this horrible gagging noise as it chokes to death on its own blood.
Jade.
Named it already.
Yes.
Your name will be James.
I mean, it doesn't.
Holding Jade the whole
It's not. If
baby.
it doesn't have a name, is it even a worthy sacrifice?
So sorry, baby. Well, it's one of the ones I called, frequently.
So
One of my
Treats
babies.
next time.
Yes. I'm sorry that you have to go this way, baby.
as it
Just-
bleeds out in your arms,
Okay.
Zan walks over, pours water in the pool, and sorry, one second.
The devils burst out of the pool, going, "Fool you!"
I know, right?
Pulled.
Did the ghost give you any special instructions on how to use this thing?
I don't know how reliable the ghost who's tasked guarding the library that is now empty is.
Water into the pool as
True.
the sacrifice is made, and it again flares out in black. I need you to make a
I'm using the special one.
Don't go insane. Don't go insane.
That's not good. That would be a 12.
5 or whatever I got.
As you are staring into the pool, you feel yourself compelled, and you start almost leaning forward towards the pool, and then you begin to see things that you cannot describe. Whispers come into your brain. You can only hear gibberish as Arik is standing next to you, and then you cannot. Also driven temporarily insane.
Does he make a noise when that happens? Like, is it like?
Zam looks over at you and is like,
Yeah, but he looks the same as Erdnot did.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna do the same thing, and he's gonna make sure he doesn't look at the goddamn pool. He's gonna grab him and just
whip him over.
just pull him back, like collapsing. You know what I mean? Like tackle him.
And secrets are filling your mind, but you can't vocalize it.
And Ark, knowing how well slapping Erdnot worked, because he's assuming that's what brought him back, is gonna stop doing the same thing because they're like, come on, buddy, I know this works. I know this works.
That doesn't help.
Jade just
did with-
kind of fades out.
I was gonna say, it just sort of fades away.
Heading back to the big one.
I guess that.
He's gonna apologize to her as she goes.
I knew this was a bad idea.
My friend.
Smack it up.
Sacrifice was for naught, Piers.
Make an intelligence check.
$11, because I got a -1 on it.
Okay.
That's
Something's not right, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Something's not right.
Can you
I
put?
can't quite put my finger on it.
It's good. I was gonna ask you if you could. I was gonna say, but could you put your finger on it? No.
You feel like you're missing something.
I check myself.
No, I don't mean literally.
before you wreck yourself.
Like, can I feel all my pockets and pouches?
It's not that kind of missing something. You feel like you're not, putting 2 and 2 together in some fashion, but you can't quite.
Where did the arrows come in? Why were there arrows actually?
Remember, they said that they came from
This
Xander. I
direction,
found out that
the
they came
door.
from this direction.
But why? That's not what killed him.
I think.
Then all you can hear is oh, what?
And the steady whack.
And the one person that we need is Brain. Where he at?
Oh.
Well, if this didn't
And
work
then
for us,
he's gonna guide him over to the wall too.
probably didn't work for them.
Yeah, Micaiah, you kind of look over through the doorway and you can see one of the bearded devils is just watching, smiling, goes, how's it going?
Not that great at the moment. Would you like to give some assistance?
No.
Yeah,
They just
saw this
disappear back. You don't see them anymore.
He's gonna. Eric's gonna swear to himself in Infernal. Fuck. I know what to say.
Sounds like you said prosciutto. Pressure the people.
Machine.
Like,
So
with
we've, had two,
shit.
so we've had 2 people go down from this thing. Arik is. How's Zan looking?
For the record, it's 750. Okay.
About this time, Zan, you start to understand the words, and again, you've seen amazing things, and horrible things, but you can't recall them. You can't quite put words to what you've seen. You feel like a little bit violated, almost. Both of you are just kind of like, ugh.
Show me where the well.
Do you think maybe
So
you
you
were
were
supposed to prostrate yourself?
Prostrated. You were prostrated.
Neither of you prostrated, so you got all the knowledge and you couldn't handle it. That's what I think we're missing. Remember?
I don't know how much that would help.
It's worth a try.
Zan, as you sit up from the ground and like look through the doorway, you can see 2 of the bearded devils now are just standing there like, one has their hands on their hips, just like smiling at you guys, like.
Arik's gonna help Zan up. Is he?
See, they're telling us that's what we need to do.
God.
I still think this is a bad idea.
We have to prostrate ourselves in order to get the knowledge. That's what it said.
Dan's gonna prop himself up against the wall.
You gonna do it
dust
again?
himself off.
Alright, I'm using my last spell slot. I'm gonna, but instead of
Gonna use your last. You've got no more magic.
no, just for that level. I still have magic. I'm gonna use my last of the 3rd level spell slots to conjure Jade's sister.
Killing the whole family.
Actually, her name is Amethyst. Amethyst is gonna appear. It's my favorite color. I never really liked the jade color anyway, so.
Now there's like 4 of them. The leader's not there, but they're just all kind of watching. One of them's leaning up against the door. And they seem to like be laughing at you. Or just,
Jesus.
Just kind of like, one of them looks at the other one looks, and then it like,
I'm gonna cast Bless on all of us.
Oh yes, that's awesome idea. That's a
1d4 for attack rolls or saving.
that's
Okay.
a big brain move.
And I can guide you too. So Micaiah's actually gonna take Amethyst up a bit closer, so that once she slits Amethyst's throat, she's gonna touch Zan and give it
Arik's
guidance.
gonna look over to Micaiah and say, "Do not look into the pool."
It is a 12.
I will put my hood over.
It's a +1.
Renatus is already on the ground like
Proficient.
And everybody wanted to make fun of me for that.
Telling you, that's what we're gonna do.
you make an straight intelligence check. It's gonna be.
Wait.
Oh, you gave me guidance, right?
Yeah, just yeah.
Guiding you.
Ooh, 11.
it's not a good rolly day.
You,
Fudge, man.
looking around at your pals, see the wolves there ready. Micaiah's like, doing this? Like the knife's right there. You're looking up at the fucking dog is out.
What the?
What? Husky? No, not that shepherd thing. Yep.
Anyway.
Is it a dog that just runs around the neighborhood?
So you see the bearded devils, you can see that they're laughing at you. And you feel like you're just missing something. Like the answer's right here. But you don't know quite what it is.
Right. Let's do it.
Oh my god.
I was getting ready to pull Zan back if things look like they're going south again.
All these assholes are at the door, just like.
No, what's gonna happen is he's gonna end up getting knocked down, and then those bearded devils are gonna come charging through, and it's all gonna compound.
He's gonna pull some water in.
I'm cold Steve Austin.
As for the water, and the water flashes out. This black light rises up, hitting your eyes, and you do make a wisdom saving.
Please be decent. Oh, no.
Ah,
Oh,
It's a 9.
worse than
Yep.
kidding me?
worse than.
I've had such bad dice rolls. Horrible.
So you feel yourself moving in again,
It's
almost like you want to crawl into this pool of darkness.
Do I
So
do I feel him?
you can see
Well, do I feel him like moving? Because I'm gonna have him like this because I know what's going on.
happening.
So, all right. So as soon as I feel him leaning forward, like I know that this is happening again, I'm gonna a little less gently this time, more of like a like motherfucker, I told you, like just kinda like we've been through this, and he's gonna do that again. And
So you hear the whispers starting to rise in, but then you jerked away from the pool, hit the ground, and you just find yourself stunned for a minute, as opposed to being driven temporarily insane this time. So you're looking up. You can still understand everybody, but it's hard to focus, and it's almost like your brain is.
I just didn't do anything.
No, so you guys are not standing there. The bearded devils are in the other room, laughing. The leader comes over, like
We're gonna figure out what it is, and we're just gonna like laugh.
they're talking to each other, but they're laughing so hard at you all. And the leader
You
just
missing?
shakes their head and then looks at the rest of them, and then they kind of like stop. You see one of them like just nod their head at you all, and like cheers with whatever weird thing they've been eating.
I'm totally picturing Chappelle show when like the shirts versus blouses, they all just break out laughing.
What are we missing, guys?
I don't think it matters. This is Arg already hates magic, so he's saying this is high magic, bad juju.
So you
Sucker.
pull Dan up to his feet, and you kind of are all standing there, looking at this. Not looking at the pool, but looking around the room.
Is there anything else around the room, like the walls, anywhere? Looking at the chute? Anything?
I don't think our sacrifice is valid.
Looking at the
Yeah, but what the hell did we sacrifice then?
looking at the
None of us have made a wisdom saving throw either. I mean, we've been horrible.
Yeah, what happens if you make it?
12. I mean, that's over the hump.
This
Yeah, but
make
this
it.
is like a powerful magical thing.
this is a
But she's
This
also
is-
saying
this is gonna be a weird question.
In front of us.
is a grand wizard like an actual term in this? I want to say grand wizard. I know that like in real life that's a bad thing, but in this it'd be like it'd be like a high wizard. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the hell Diderius was. He was the wizard guy, but he's like obviously very powerful. So is it like a grand, a high? I don't know what the term.
there would
Arik doesn't have words for that because he hates all. That Jacinta hates all magic users. So yeah, Arik is just gonna, in a huff. He's just done. He's done with all playing around with the thing, and he's gonna go over here and wait by the doors
Makai.
until everyone else is done playing around.
I think
But there's nothing special about it.
So what I think is we can't use our own water. We need to use the water that comes down here. We're just using water from our containers. That's not gonna work. We need the special water.
was there something special?
That's probably why they're laughing at us, because we're pouring our goddamn
Tasted,
water in
it
there.
tasted musty.
Or not, make a religion check.
But I'm not proficient.
You're the closest.
I feel
thing
like
we have
I
to-
feel like Micaiah understands.
9.
Jesus Christ, man, we're doing so bad.
So Micaiah's done talking to y'all. Ready?
I think we should sit down,
Nope. Micaiah's wild shaping.
take a break,
Nope.
eat
She's shaping.
a Snickers bar,
Nope.
and regroup.
She's wild shaping. Sorry. Later. To a
Not
mouse.
shaping into.
To
Into a
a mouse.
house.
And what are you crawling up the poop chute?
Nope. I'm gonna crawl back and I'm gonna go back to that room.
Oh, that's
All
what
the
you're
way?
doing up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. I don't think I can get up that thing. Too high, right? It's not on the ground.
It leads down into the pool. Like you could theoretically climb
Alright,
up there.
she's going in the
You
chute.
don't.
Climbing up. Oh.
So you all watch as Micaiah down into a little mouse, looks back at you all, and then heads up and disappears up the sluice. And that's where we will stop and pick up.
Yay!
Hopefully next week.
Listen,
Oh.
not everything can be safe and careful. Sometimes you just gotta make a move. You know what I'm saying?
You do have to just go.
Well, I was just
Make a move. You just gotta go for
trying
it.
to get us to take a short rest, but
I'm just saying.
Eric is just knowing that this failed.
Realistic to my character. She's just seen him go insane twice, you go insane once, and then her realizing, bing, 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 they're laughing at us because we're pouring our own goddamn water in there. Would have done that. She would have been like, later, guys. You're talking too much. Bye.
Before.
I don't know if that was holy water, though. I don't know what that was.
Before Micaiah goes up,
Didn't it look weird, that water? Remember she said it looked so still?
real quick, cast Beast Sense.
Is that so you know where I am?
It allows
Like a marker?
Yeah, allows me to see and hear your vision
Oh,
for the duration.
Oh, so you can, like, see through me?
I am a past.
Yes.
Yes. I am, while perceiving
Barging.
through the beast senses,
Yes, please. Right?
gain any of the special, though I am blinded and deafened to my own surroundings.
But you don't take over me. You can just see what I'm doing,
Right,
and you
I'm
can
just there.
hear what's going on.
Can you convey like
I can,
he is going through the tunnel?
but my sight and hearing.
Okay.
But you can
Yes,
just
I thought.
tell them what I'm doing.
Right, but I can't hear them.
Dude, that's cool.
So you guys watch as Zan kind of like sits crisscross.
You say applesauce.
Touches after having touched the mouse, eyes looking forward, but nothing.
His eyes are all gray. There's no pupils or anything. They're just, and his irises expand and his pupils become extremely small. Those eyes are just like that gray that his normal irises are.
That's sick.
Don't hit him this time.
Oh,
should always do
Eric's
that.
not even out.
When-
Eric is so.
But like when I wild shape for like recognizance or something, just do that.
That's a day
Really?
spell slot.
Wow, that's a good one.
As long as I keep concentration for now.
That's a good one. Especially if I wild shape, that's a good one.
If you go in reconnaissance,
Yeah,
and
you can see what's
I
going
can
on.
see what.
Eric is just fed up.
That.
He's like, fuck all this. He's like, no, he's just like, fuck all this magic shit. He's like, this is.
You like my magic.
And I'm
Well, just turn it to us.
I do, but I don't.
the magic.
Don't know.
Feel
Okay.
something of the grade this on.
Oh,
No, he doesn't. It's
And it's
he's learned and there's other things.
closure.
He's learned how to deal with
Dude,
magic and
this case is
friendly
like-
magic. For him, it's this. This is like high level dark bolt like shit. This hits him in his roots.
Thank you for letting me use that.
You know what I mean? Dark magic, fucking. This ain't good.
Voodoo.
Thank you everybody for joining us on our recorded session here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see how well I do with the editing, and #30 is the new 20.
Woo! Woo!